שהכל נהיה בדברי.
Amen.
Chaim bracha. Thank you for David's coffee. Okay. So let's understand further this idea in the teachings that this is the first day of your works, a remembrance to the first day is the phrase. So, being that Adam is the first one created by first human created by God, that becomes the first. Because that's when there's a choice. That's when there's services. That's when God could be revealed. Before that, an animal can't reveal God. A beautiful forest can't reveal God. It is what it is. Right? But for us, it's not, it is what it is. It's just the other day, someone was saying to me, no, it is what it is. So I said, no, actually, it's not. It is what we make it. How you frame it in your mind, how you feel about it, and how you act upon it. So it isn't what it is. Because whatever it is, you have a choice in using it in a manner of divine service, right? And not being like the tree in the forest, or not being like the animal. And for them, it is what it is. And therefore, it's not really the beginning of his works, which the word action, the beginning of his actions, really mean in reference to us. Action is the last thing that a person does, right? First you think about it, talk about it, then you act upon it. Okay. So further to understand, through our divine service, we have the power to actually change the reality from what was to what is. So it is what it is. Yeah, but we change it. We make that what it is. From this is understood concerning the service of Adam Arishon, the first man, that he being the handiwork of God himself, so he changed. He brought in an exaltedness that he affected in creation because he called out to creation and said, "We let us come before God and bow before Him and recognize Him that He is our Maker." And this doesn't just change the reality in that moment, but actually changes a reality prior to that. What does that mean? Because The intent of creation to begin with is that we should draw divinity into every situation. Right? That's the reality. So, which means after we draw that, the reality, again, let's understand creation is what it is, right? But it's not what it's meant to be. So then when we take into creation, creation means any instance of any engagement in anything of this world, and we draw the and reveal godliness into it. So we make through this an exaltedness in the reality of what is that was beforehand. In other words, what is isn't really. It's not a true reality. The revelation of godliness that we bring into what is, that's reality. That's reality. And it's not just reality in the moment. It's the reality that was initially, because that was the whole intent. The whole intent of creation is only that. So therefore, in that sense, it makes it even retroactive. It's a little hard to kind of frame that and to understand that. But we get the fact that the whole intent is only of what it is for what I make from it, that I reveal godliness in it. And that was the whole intent in creation to begin with, right? So therefore, in a sense, we are retroactively making that the authentic reality even before we did what we did of revealing godliness in that moment. That's pretty, wow. Right? This is what it means. Hayoim de Rosh Hashana, the day of Rosh Hashana, the day that Adam, Arisha, that the first man was created. That is the beginning of your actions, the beginning of your works. The simple meaning, which we don't take it out of simple context, the beginning of your actions. Meaning the beginning of all of the actions, even those that were from the days from beforehand. Wow. So the Rebbe now is a literalist, you know. He's also the depth of, Chassidus, but he takes the depth of Chassidus and he makes it in the literalist understanding. Wow. First of all, I got to thank everybody for being here because I learned this more than once, and I'm only getting it somewhat now. It's crazy. Oh my gosh. This is, I don't know. Must be the coffee. Must be the coffee. I'm understanding what I learned. Oh, I didn't have how the Rebbe is literally taking the words. This is the beginning of your works. What do you mean? He worked 5 days before that in creating the world, right? No, because what he's saying now is that the what is not authentic reality. What we make out of it and draw godliness into it retroactively makes what is what it really meant to be, right? In a sense, yeah, in a sense, right? I'm not null and void. We're bringing an exaltedness to it, right? We're an aliyah to it. We're raising it up. So that reality is, so to speak, null and void, but that what it is really being elevated, right? So, and it's elevating the world that it was before, right? So in that sense, this is the beginning of all of your actions. Because before that, that's what is. I mean, what is is not what it's meant to be. Right? That's why it's the beginning of creation. Remember, the literal words is this is the beginning of your actions. What do you mean? This is the sixth day of your actions.
And your actions going on either.
Yeah. In other words, it's all pending on us.
No, that's shot.
Right. But in the words, Zeh hayom tchilas mas, this is the beginning, referring to God. Right? This is referring to God, the beginning of God of your actions, of your deeds in creation. So in a sense, it is the beginning because this what is not really the intent, right? The fact that we reveal godliness, that's not only the intent, but since it brings an exaltedness to what is of creation, right? In a sense, this is the whole beginning of everything then.
Still acts, you could say there were still acts before, no? Even though they weren't revealed as the intent.
It's a very kind of,
So we create God. At that moment, do we, certain sense, do we create God at that moment?
we reveal God. We don't create God.
That's right.
Yeah, we don't
In
create
sense.
God. We reveal God. Right.
That's why it's, okay.
Right. So just like in the first Rosh Hashana, in the creation of Adam Arish, the first man makes a completion in creation, Masecha, in a manner that there's a novelty over here in creation, right? Chilas, that it's, in other words, how's it a novelty? Because we're saying it's the beginning. That's novel. All beginnings are novel, right? So it's a novelty in creation. Likewise, in every single Rosh Hashanah, through the fact that the Jewish people, they crown God, that he should be king over them and over the entire world. By the way, how do we get to crown God over the entire world? That's our capability, because we're responsible for the entire world. It's all pending on us, the entire world. So therefore, when we crown God, through that, we're crowning the whole world. We make a completion and a novelty in all of creation. What's the novelty? Because it's a new light that's a divine energy, a new light, new life, which of course leads to new opportunity and new discovery, new things of godliness that will be revealed. Until that through this becomes a completion and a novelty also, not just in this physical world, but in all of the spiritual worlds above. Like the Rav Magid and the Alter Rebbe, they say on the Mishnah in Pirkei Avos of chapter 2, that Malamaila, that which is above, Mimoch, is from you. Simple meaning is you should know that there's something above you, right? We get caught up in life and thinking we're the end all and be all. No, there's something be above you. There's a God, right? That's simple meaning. But the way the Mr. Magid and the Alter Rebbe explain, know that what is above, what is, right? Again, the what is, Mimach is from you. Even the spiritual worlds, it's a what is, it's pending on us. So not only do we crown God in this world, but we crown him in all the worlds. Not just in this world, in this physical world, but in all of the worlds. In other words, what is totally pending on us to make what's meant to be the revelation of godliness. When we reveal God through crowning him as king, right, which simply means, that God runs the world and we are his servant, as opposed to God runs the world based on what I need and want. And we tell him, what we need and want. No, he's running the world. Now, That's the first phrase. Is it right? This is the day. Rosh Hashanah is the day, the beginning of your works, right? It's being repeated that we have this power, but then it comes to adding Zichron L'Yom Rishon, a remembrance to the first day, which is adding something, right? That Rosh Hashanah is a remembrance of the first day, which is even greater than the beginning phrase that this is the beginning of your works. This is even more. Because the beginning of your works is about creation, right? And in creation, what is, right? Creation is what is. We have the power, right, that we could bring in creation through our divine service, a completion and a novelty to the what is, right? We reveal godliness, right? Right? Beyond the world of what is, right? As we've explained. And through our awakening from below and our effort from below, we touch above, not just this world. What is the first day then? To remember, right? The end of the verse, to remember a memorial for a remembrance for the first day. That's something that comes from above, not through our efforts here below. And what that is, stay tuned. Sorry to leave you on the edge of the seat. I don't know if I'm sorry about that, quite frank. But I hope that was clear. Pretty profound stuff. All right, we'll see.